Hi, this is TJR. If you'd like to see me do more video essays like this one, please click like and let the video play to the ending. This is how the YouTube algorithm recognizes my channel and recommends my videos to more people. Thanks for your support. Released in 1994, Purple was the second studio album from Stone Temple Pilots. Selling over 6 million copies, the album spawned the hit singles Vaseline, Interstate Love Song, and Big Empty. Their first album, Core, fit neatly into the category of grunge rock, but Purple showed the band taking huge leaps in the expansion of their sound. The grunge rock elements were still there, to be sure, but Purple would also incorporate influences of blues, psychedelic rock, and more emphasis on acoustic tones, and a general overall influence of 70s rock in general. The album title was printed in stylized Chinese text and featured the image of a child riding on a qilin, a chimerical creature from Chinese mythology. On the back cover was a picture of a cake with the words 12 Gracious Melodies written in frosting. But if you looked at the track listing, you would see a total of 11 tracks. That's because there was a hidden 12th track on the album. But of course, back in 1994, no one knew this. The 11th track was entitled Kitchenware and Candy Bars. Back in 1994, when you bought the CD, the track was listed at being 8 minutes and 6 seconds. But few listeners bothered to take a real serious look at these things. Later versions and streaming versions do title this hidden track. But back then, a hidden track was, well, it was hidden. It was meant to be a surprise. Kitchenware and Candy Bars was a dark song that started with a slow, brooding acoustic riff before exploding into a crunchy, melodic, brooding piece of metal and blues-influenced rock. It clocked in at 4 minutes and 25 seconds. Then there was this long silence. Long enough for most people to have a chance to stop the CD and start playing another one. This was what happened to me at first, until one day I was in the car listening to Purple. Back then I was driving an older car with only a cassette deck, and I couldn't afford the upgrade, so I taped my CDs. The silence between Kitchenware and Candy Bars and the hidden track was always long enough so that after the song ended, I would just flip out the cassette and pop in another before it ever got a chance to play. So for a while there, I wasn't even aware that it existed. But on one particular day, I got lost in thought while listening to the album. So lost in thought that I didn't bother to flip the cassette tape after the end of track 11. There was this long pause, and then suddenly,
the second album, 12 precious melodies.
You can imagine my surprise to hear this hidden track. My first thought was, what? It's true that STP took a huge quantum leap from their first album, Core, to Purple. But this track was so tonally different. It was stylistically reminiscent of lounge music, a type of easy listening music that was popular back in the 50s and 60s, and popularized by crooners like Dean Martin and Johnny Mathis. In fact, the song's lyrics even reference Johnny Mathis. This track was so out of left field that I thought, it must be a joke. With no track information on the CD, and at a time when that was still, for a lot of people, the pre-internet age or the dawning of the internet age, I just assumed this was the band playing the song and that Scott Weiland adopted this crooner-style voice for this one track. Only it wasn't. The hidden track was actually the title track for street musician Richard Peterson's second album entitled My Second Album, released back in 1985. In an interview, Scott Weiland described Richard Peterson as an autistic savant, a street musician with an obsession for Johnny Mathis, earning money on the street to pay for the recording and manufacturing of his albums. The band was recording Purple when they came across one of his albums in the recording studio. The band members of STP loved the opening track from his second album and thought it summed up how they felt about their own second album. They negotiated a fee with Peterson and included it as a bonus track because they thought it would be fun. They also opened their shows with the song as they walked on stage. Peterson also earned royalties from the use of his track, reportedly earning $10,000 after the first million copies sold, and another $10,000 after the second million sold. I personally love this bonus track. It makes me happy every time I listen to it. I used to think it was STP adopting the lounge style in a bid to be ironic. Now I know better, and knowing that it helped a struggling street musician makes me even happier still. This is TJR. If you like this type of video, please click like, click subscribe, and hit the bell notification icon so you never miss a video. Also, I would encourage you, if you want to show some extra support, to become a patron subscriber. Patrons receive early access to select videos and receive exclusive videos available nowhere else. Go to patreon.com/TJR the original and pledge whatever you can. If you can't make a pledge, I understand. Just click like and that will help a great deal. Everybody, thank you so much for making it to the end of the video, and I hope you all stay safe and healthy. Take care. Bye-bye.